Alright, SimCity 2013. I'm going to continue. This is a little startup city initial guide experiment that I'm kind of doing, and this one's for Trinity Point. There are two other videos, one for Clearwater and one for Norwich Hills. Uh, I go into a little bit more detail about what this slide is, but basically the gist is just trying to get me to understand that how you can affect land values, plazas, and parks, and kind of setting up a repeatable pattern. So that's kind of the same thing. But let's just jump right into the video and see how it plays out. Okay, so now we are in Trinity Point, and want to just take a look at that same pattern. Again, this is just a kind of, a startup guide to get people thinking. I'm still learning how this whole thing works. I will tell you. Let me turn the zones on here. Something that's a little bit different from the first two videos that I did, and we'll look around here, is I don't know exactly how good it is to have all of the same like medium wealth. It seems to me that I kept on getting stuck for a shortage of workers, and I get the impression that I needed some unskilled workers, and so I kind of did the same premise on that PowerPoint slide in regards to using parks and plazas to kind of dictate, land value. But when I got over here, I kind of did some normal wealth, or not normal, but just basic low wealth parks, thinking that maybe we could put some low wealth in there, and that's fine as long as they're happy. I suppose they could expand up to some skyscrapers of just some low wealth, to provide unskilled workers. But as far as the layout here, what I did is I paused this, bulldozed everything, and then we're going to go ahead and let the simulation go here in a second and see how long it takes to get everything up and running. Uh, the way the city is laid out, this is Trinity Point, and this is where that one side of it gets cut by this highway type thing. So that's where my thought process was to shoot commercial to try and grab all the travelers going back and forth between those two cities, that they would maybe stop and get some food. This little nestle back here, this little tuck place, I kind of wanted to try and make it kind of a ritzy neighborhood and high wealth. So all those little parks are very, very high wealth. So when I imagine when I unleash it, it's going to have some mansions in there, and maybe some really nice apartment buildings. This is my main street, right down the middle, just kind of like the PowerPoint slide, right up to my town hall. And this is the streetcar avenue all the way through. And we're going to have commercial on each side of that for sure. Connection wise, as we get here, I just have a top connection and a bottom connection to try and alleviate traffic, but I'm still kind of fiddling out with that. We get some traffic here for sure, but over on the left hand side here, what we have is we have our little industrial zone. And what I actually snuck in here too, because this one I played a little bit longer. I mean, I have all the services set up. I have fire, I have police, I have schools, I have a trade depot. So I'm a little further in the game before unleashing it from the other two videos that I did in this kind of initial experiment. So I have a airport that I kind of snuck back in here, which is it's interesting. I have industry behind it. I have some commercial here that I tried to figure out, oh, maybe some hotels or something would develop along the airport. And then obviously, you need residential, obviously, because you need these workers. So I put some here. Curious to see how, living next to an airport is going to affect their development. And then they connect to this streetcar avenue out here. As we roll around the sea, we have town hall, and again we have the Department of Transportation up. So I have a ferry service. I have another one in Clearwater, so I imagine that's who they're hooked up. There's my fire. There's the police, high school, another clinic. So slide over here a little bit. See on this side, Grade school. Now that water, one thing I also have going on with this city is I pretty much have every service being exported out for the most part to the mining town, and I'm sending sewer there. I'm getting power from them, and I'm also buying water from them, and they are also collecting trash. So I don't have any dumps in here. That's the only water tower I have left, which I'll probably get rid of. So, and the other service I have over here, again, I have a train station that's hooked up. So the city's pretty, it's set up. I'm making over $10,000 an hour. I think there were about 10,500 people before I bulldozed it. So let's go ahead and set this simulation go. Put it on Cheetah. So I imagine this area right down in the bottom is probably going to go. Yep, there. See, sending sewage to Norwich Hills. All my services are going up there. Um, yeah, here's the high wealth situation, and there, and there goes the little buildings. So they're kind of going first, for sure. And this commercial along this highway is probably going to develop, I imagine, first. Downtown is going. So I'm going to kind of just let it run. And it looks, so you have a little fix here. Now the one thing away with the residential is it's the same premise as far as doing the repeatable pattern, but with this little fan shape that I kind of put with these long avenues as opposed to doing like a little cookie cutter approach, the one thing that's kind of difficult is when you do that road that slides over, it's tough to hopefully get it the right length. And so, hopefully I made it wide enough in each one of these lanes that they're going to be able to jump to a larger building. Now as far as road density, what you see here, I mean, most of these roads are low to medium. I think I have a few high ones. I have like one over here. Here's like the downtown area, and I put some high densities here and all the way over to the airport, thinking that that might be an issue, and high densities along this side. Alright, let's kind of see. Looks like downtown area is going. Alright, and there's a nice little building we got here. Yep, luxury apartments. Yeah, they're waiting for some shopping. Well, hang tight, people. It's coming. It's coming. Now, my long-term plans for this, I'm probably going to somehow try and stick a casino in this, and maybe next to it have some sort of culture icon to draw tourists. And while the tourists are in there, then maybe they can stick around and gamble and stay in the hotel. So that's kind of what I envision of this, is just trying to produce workers for the region and the cities, and flop a casino in there. For this 3-city region, the first one, again, Clearwater, I'm going to try and put a university. This guy's going to have a casino, and then the other one is going to be an oil well that produces money, and then be a place to send all the services for the other two. Alright, well, we got about 925 people, so about 10% moved in, and it seems like they are gravitating towards, let's see, the high rent district, of course. And then this I developed first, when I was making this city, this right-hand residential, I guess the west side, I don't know. East side, west side. I guess it is a little bit interesting that they are going right up to apartment buildings before they even kind of get back in the back areas and do single family homes. Alright, well, I'm only losing $4,600. Got about 2,000 people moved in. Oop, it just kind of went down. Oh, move back up. And I imagine all these businesses are being built, and now they're probably finding workers. So once they get workers in there, I'm sure they're going to be making profit. Looks like we have another high-end construction in the high wealthy place, but let's kind of zoom in a little bit and take a look at that. So, these are nice. Now, what do we have here, though? Just a little itty bitty. And that could be the fact that maybe there's not enough room for them. There's a little mansion, Price Estate. Good land value. I kind of thought they'd all be high in land value, but looks like they're all medium wealth. Nice little mansion. Let's see, he's still medium wealth, so I bet those, yeah, medium wealth, just maybe not enough room. Although I'm sure another mansion could fit right there. What is this guy doing here? Maybe he's just on his way up. Alrighty. Let's just kind of flip around, look at it from the other side, and kind of get an idea of how it's developing. Alright. Again, most of these are turning into, they're just kind of bypassing single family homes and jumping right into apartment buildings. Now when I bulldozed it and paused everything, there were definitely apartment buildings, but I just don't seem to recall that there were this many of them. Alright. Some more apartment buildings shooting up. Looks like I got problems over here with health, and they're probably sad about the worker situation, but that's alright. That'll fix itself here in a little bit. House on fire down here. Alright, so they're medium wealth apartment buildings waiting for people to slide on in. I mean, it looks like a pretty good little gig. I'm still only got 34,000 people in here. So, and I'm sure once I get everything back up and running, scoot back a little bit. Once I get everything probably up and running, we're going to probably hit, we'll be back at 10,000, I imagine. So I'm already making $2,800 an hour, so I've kind of recaptured my deficit budget-wise. And so it looks like the downtown area. Let's kind of flip around here away from the sun. Alrighty. So this whole neighborhood really hasn't even been touched, and we're about at 4,700. So initial people wanted to live over on that side for whatever reason. Maybe because there's industry and an airport over here. Probably is a good reason, I imagine. Let's go ahead and put these zones back up. Kind of get people where people are going. But I will tell you, I do like, not only have this commercial area downtown where people can travel and get shops, and the one up behind the highway, but I also like to have some neighborhood, almost like shopping, like convenience store type thing, I imagine. So So I can't imagine these developing too big right next to this airport, but who knows? Now these I hope they do. And then on the other side, as I'll scroll over, again I have the train station, and then around that I have, you know, a little bit of commercial. That's not going to develop there anyway, so. So again, I'm just going to kind of let this thing just keep rolling. And another little interesting here, good, bad, or indifferent, but as you see these long little things, they go to the ends first. And I'm not sure why, because I think, let's see, you know, those roads seem to be the same density as much, and they fill those in first, and then the second guys come in and they'll fill down the block. Or see what we're doing. Airport. Had 100 tourists fly in. Gotta like that. Go spend some money. There's a couple shops downtown. I got tour sales. Alright, so 6,200 people. Budget's back up to about $6,500 an hour we're making. And it looks like, you know, this side of town, the west side, is at least for the most part fully developed. So there's going to be no buildings other than just if they change density and upgrade. And on this side, we definitely have some places for construction to come in and form. So these are all the medium wealth parks. Here's just low wealth recreational events. So in theory, I guess what I'm thinking is in this side of town is going to be my unskilled workers, low wealth, which live next to the airport. Here's going to be some medium wealth, and maybe even some high wealth in the future. These are going to be high wealth as well in the future, possibly. But right now, the park next to them is medium wealth, so I'm sitting with medium wealth properties. What kind of... Alright. Looks like we have some, not even gas station commerce, but real office buildings going up there. Let's look at the high. Yeah, there's definitely some nice mansions. Some very nice things. Let's see. A couple mansions on this road. See, now here, I wonder if there's just not enough room. Industry. Let's kind of zoom in on that a little bit. What do we got going on? Looks like they're filled up. Want to ship. Oh, I have a trade. Oh, I might. Did I bulldoze a trade depot? Oh no, it's right there. It's taking. Send them there, buddy. Oh. Well, they put the fire out. Good job, good job, fireman. All right, out we're getting close, about 9,700, about 97 people, and then 9,100 budget in the profit, and we are still building. So we'll kind of flip around here again. So I think, okay, so there's a little shot of the city. There's the industry, some stuff. So if I put a casino, I'm kind of envisioning one that might go in that area, right? Oh shoot, I just bulldozed some house. Sorry, buddy. That was an accident. You'll rebuild, don't worry. But this area right here, I think, is probably going to be this casino. So I'll figure that out in the future. So again, this whole goal is just to try to get people thinking about what an overall pattern looks like, and then kind of how they start to fill in to do a startup. Some people are going to like it, some people don't, but no worries. Just trying to get people to think and say, oh, that looks good, or that doesn't look good. But I am absolutely back to the amount of people I think I had before. Yeah, right there. So now I can probably start and see if I can start expanding this, because basically what I think I'm going to do is I'm trying, now that I did, this is the third video in a sense of these startups, I'm probably going to keep trying to play these three, and I'll do a video a bit later, kind of show how they're all grown up. But anyway, enjoy. Hope you kind of thought something was interesting about this. All right, so take care. Bye.